Rott, the midfield player from Bayer Uerdingen, the Bundesliga, a very good player for St. Mirren and very high rated indeed. The creative work for Hearts depending on this man, Derek Ferguson. So Hearts will start the match. The teams have only one or two changes, the Hearts team that is, one or two changes from Saturday's team, but St. Mirren starting with exactly the same lineup of the team which played at Tynecastle. And there'll be a lot of interest centred on the tactical formations, because one change made by Hearts for the match this evening is they've left out Scott Crabb, one of their exciting young strikers, and they've introduced Neil Berry into the middle of the field.
And looking at the formation very early, Jock, Neil Berry is immediately dropped into a marking area. And Dave McPherson and Craig Levine will share either the other marker's job and the sweeper between them. At the moment, it's David McPherson. So Hearts have definitely plumped to play a sweeper.
McCready through the middle for Robertson. He's got the pace to go himself. Brought down just outside the penalty area, and Peter Godfrey is going to be ordered off. John Robertson's pace was carrying him clear through the middle. Peter Godfrey was chasing. He pulled down the Hearts striker, and that in itself may well be enough for an ordering off, but he's already been booked.
Yes, I think you're quite right here, Jock. You see him tugging back John Robertson there. I don't think there can be any question of that. He must be wondering, though, I can't help thinking that Campbell Money could have helped his centre back there. If he's on the edge of his box, like I think most goalkeepers would be when you've got people of the pace of John Robertson. I think there's going to be more controversy, though, Jock. I think they're going to give it outside the box, which again is quite right, but I think the Hearts lads are looking for a penalty kick. A couple of them are down by the linesman on this near side. But I think the referee again is going to be right, and he's going to give it just outside.
Well, the referee certainly couldn't be faulted for that. He ordered off Peter Godfrey quite correctly, and he's now going to give the free kick just outside the penalty area, and that certainly is borne out, I think, by our pictures. David McCreary appears to require some attention, but the Hearts players certainly believe that that should have been a penalty kick, but I reckon that we can show the referee, Donald McVicker, was perfectly correct. So let's take a look at that once again.
Yes, I think we're all agreed. There's the first challenge there, well outside the box. The second one comes in, again a yard outside the box. And although John Robertson falls inside the box, credit the officials, correct decision.
So St. Mirren reduced in dramatic fashion to 10 men, and Hearts have a great opportunity from the edge of the box to cash in on this set piece. Tosh McKinley is there, John Robertson is there, Gary Mackay is there, so is Dave McPherson. Robertson I fancy for this. Well, that couldn't have missed by much. Relief on the face of Campbell Money. But this was hit with stunning power.
Yes, this is very, very close. There can only be inches in this. He strikes this magnificently well, and that's only gone about 6 inches wide of the post. And had it been on target, I don't think there would have been much Campbell Money could have done about that.
Tackled by Levine. Pulled back by Shaw. Here's a chance now for St. Mirren. Paul Lambert. A glimpse of talent which is flourishing here at Paisley. Paul Lambert almost putting his team ahead.
Yes, we've seen far too little of this tonight from Paul Lambert, but it just shows you what he's capable of. Had he gone down there, I wonder what the referee would have done with Craig Levine. It shows great composure. Very, very unlucky. That was a superb run for your youngster, and what St. Mirren will want to see more of.
Mackay perhaps not yet fully confident about his goal-scoring ability. He only scored once throughout last season, and that's a very poor return for a midfield player who usually scores a few. It's a chance now for Scott Crabb. Crabb has done it for Hearts. Sheer joy for the Hearts fans. Scott Crabb in the 8th minute of the second period of extra time has broken the deadlock with an expert piece of finishing. John Robertson and Gary Mackay congratulating him. Scott Crabb kissing the badge, but what a fine goal it was.
Yes, and a fine ball. John Robertson watch this for a piece of finishing. Nothing of that blasting. He knows the keeper. 9 times out of 10 a keeper will dive at your feet. He knows that, and he just thinks it over him. But it's a superb run from him. You see him run from deep there. But watch it, he looks at the Campbell money, down he goes and over it goes. That's a superb finish shot. But you can't help feeling sorry for St Mirren. It all started with a little bit of indecision. But maybe that's why we were saying this boy should have been on a little bit earlier, when he possesses that kind of finishing.
And no rush at all about the throw. It looks as though it's all over for St Mirren despite their valiant efforts. Hearts will be very happy indeed to keep the ball around that corner flag. It goes Robertson inside and he's earned the free kick. With that body check from Lambert, but there goes the final whistle. That magnificent goal from Scott Crabb takes Hearts through. Andy, sympathy for St Mirren.
You must have sympathy for St Mirren. It was a tremendous cup tie, Jock. It really did have everything. Crunching tackles, sending off, controversy. Was it a penalty? Was it not a penalty? And no, we didn't have an abundance of goals. The one we did get from that young man there was simply superb. A goal of the highest quality, and it was always going to take something special to break down either of these defences. That young man supplied it.
And the Hearts players and fans celebrate their arrival in the quarter-final, where they'll play Aberdeen next week. Sympathy undoubtedly due for St Mirren, but the final score after extra time here at Love Street, Paisley. St Mirren 0, Hearts 1 over